All right, y'all, we back, man. I just had some technical issues with the computer, but back on now, man. Part two. Uh, yeah, so finish up what you were saying about the Porter situation and him hiring a trainer.
Like I said, I think Virgil Hunter is the ideal trainer for Sean Porter. If it's not Barry Hunter, if Barry Hunter takes him under his wing, it's still the same thing if Kenny Porter trains him. Even though I think Barry Hunter's a far better trainer than Kenny Porter, I think Kenny Porter have his hands in too much stuff. I just think Sean Porter needs to just be away from his dad and do his own thing. Um, he does he still need to manage him? I don't know, but I think this relationship between them two need to be separated. It's the same thing that happened with Floyd Senior and Floyd Junior. Floyd had, hey, I need to be away from my dad. Roy Jones did the same thing. Roy Jones said, I need to be away from my dad. Sugar Shane Mosley did the same thing. Hey, I need to be away from my dad. I mean, there's going to be a point in your life where you say, I need to cut all ties with my pop if I want to be the boxer that I want to be. You've already had 2 losses on your career. I think number 3 is going to come up. You look terrible in all your fights. All your fights are extremely close. It's hard to judge what you can do and what you can't do in the ring. You make fights look ugly. I just don't think that your relationship with your father is beneficial to your career. And I think a lot of damage has been done already. So I think you need to part ways with your dad. And 10 years from now, you can do what Floyd did and say, hey, come on, Pop. Let's bring you back on my last couple of fights once you train me in these fights. But there are a lot of sons that make the decision and say, I need to be away from my father. And there's lots of examples of fighters doing that. But it's not helping your career, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I wanted to let everybody know, if they haven't already, subscribe to the brother CJ from the Boxing Clinic. He actually has a series coming out. I think he already did the part 1 of it about Floyd Mayweather and his earlier career, which a lot of people seem to forget about. You know what I'm saying? And his trials and struggles coming up as a fighter in his Pretty Boy Floyd days. So yeah, check that out, man. Check that series out. He's going to be doing videos on that.
And we love your channel, man.
It's a lot of good information, man. The brother CJ, I'm pretty sure if you subscribe to me, you already subscribe to him anyway. If not, just share it with whoever, you know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of good info on the brother CJ's channel, man.
And I love your, hot or not hip-hop analogies, if this is a great album or not. Do some West Coast albums, too. I know you listen to West Coast, so... what you think about some of these West Coast albums? Bring it over here. I know you did the Massacre. I know you did the Blueprint. I think 2. Just come over here and see what you think about some of these albums on the West Coast. So,
yeah. So shout out to him, man. And everybody in the LDBC and the brother Boxing Ego. Awesome.
Town Business.
Yep. All good channels, man.
Black Fight Fan.
Yep, Black Fight Fan for sure.
7-8.
All them brothers, man. Everybody in the LDBC, man.
Blood Boxing.
Blue Blood.
Yeah.
Sports TV. Yep. All them brothers, man. Okay. So, the Triple G situation, man. Why he protesting the gloves of Canelo? What the hell is that shit about?
This happens for fights a lot. They protest the gloves. This happened with De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather. De La Hoya's camp was protesting the gloves. This happens a lot. They protest where you wear the trunks. Are the trunks too low? This is just psychological warfare before the fight. So Canelo's been using these gloves in training camp. As far as I'm concerned, Canelo has no credibility as a fighter right now. Ever since he got busted for clearbuterol twice, his legitimacy as a great fighter has gone down the tubes, in my opinion. So even though I'm not a fan of Abel Sanchez and Triple G, they have every right to protest everything they do, because they have no credibility as coming into the fight clean and legit. So protest everything. Antonio Margarita came to a fight with padded gloves. Well, his tape was watered down to make it feel like concrete. So Miguel Cotto believed that was the issue. So they really scrutinized the hand wraps when it came to the fight, because Antonio Margarito beat the hell out of Miguel Cotto the first time. Once the hand wraps were scrutinized, Miguel Cotto returned the favor and beat him even worse. So every fighter has a right to protest everything, down to the boxing shorts, the socks. Everything needs to be scrutinized to the highest level, to the highest degree. So I agree with that, especially with the reputation Canelo has right now.
Sound like some scared talk to me, but yeah, whatever.
It might be that too.
Yeah.
It might be that too.
Shit.
Triple G got exposed. Triple G got exposed when he fought Danny Jacobs. He's not the boogeyman anymore. Mm-hmm. He had the boogeyman moniker when he fought before he fought Danny Jacobs. Actually, before he fought Danny Jacobs, when he fought Willie Monroe, Willie Monroe was having his way with him. He just couldn't take the punishment. Mm-hmm. So when Willie Monroe fought him, they kind of say, "Hey, you can get to this guy." Danny Jacobs saw that blueprint of Willie Monroe and kind of expanded upon it. So Triple G is not the boogeyman anymore. Yeah. He's proven that his last couple fights. He tried to redeem himself when he fought Kell Brook. Kell Brook looked good against him. Kell Brook just couldn't take the punishment, and that's what eventually happened. Triple G is susceptible to punishment. He doesn't protect his body very well. I kind of expect that kind of. I'm not interested in seeing this fight. I'm not going to spend a damn dime on this fight, but you have a right to scrutinize everything that's going on in this fight. And Triple G's not a boogeyman anymore, so let's play these little mind games with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of the boogeyman, who do you think is the boogeyman at 160 in that division? Who do you see as the boogeyman? Who is like the most avoided right now?
It's definitely Jermell Charlo.
Jamal, yeah.
Yeah, Jermell Charlo, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely him.
That's what I was thinking.
They're not really trying to, they're trying to think of every excuse in the book, trying not to give Charlo the credit he deserves at 160.
Right.
So they're saying he's a B-side fighter, he's not ready yet. Every excuse in the book not to fight. So Billy Joe Saunders doesn't want anything to do with him. Jarrett Hurd doesn't want anything to do with him. Danny Jacobs might fight him, but Danny Jacobs keeps fighting these weird-ass European fighters that out of nowhere. So, I mean...
Is he signed with DAZN now, or...
I don't know.
Some shit with the Eddie Hearn thing?
I know he signed with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn. The thing about Eddie Hearn, people criticize Eddie Hearn. I have my criticism of Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's going to get you paid.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you have to. I mean, you know, that's the only way he gonna get any kind of fighters that anybody want to see. You know what I mean?
Eddie Hearn's gonna
break the bank for him.
Eddie Hearn's gonna get you paid. He's gonna get you a title. Look at Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer has been fighting out of obscurity for years and years. As soon as Tevin Farmer said I saw Eddie Hearn, he already got a title and he's already making more money than he's ever made. So. Is it a bad decision? I know the LDBC and a lot of boxing fans have a lot of criticism about Eddie Hearn. He's gonna get you paid. His father said that himself in his interview. You're gonna make your money, Eddie Hearn. If I want to fight bums and stuff like that, and get a little title and call myself a champion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you can't be mad at the fighters for getting that bag, too. Yeah. I mean, you know, shit, a lot of these dudes, man, they grew up in the struggle. So
Yeah.
you know, somebody come throw you a bag, pick that thing up, man. Pick that thing up and run with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, might not get that chance again. You know, the way boxing is, man, your career could end tomorrow.
And then tomorrow, and you know,
Yeah.
do you want to be working as a greeter like Joe Louis at the end of his career? At the end of Joe Louis' career, he was dead broke. Frank Sinatra was giving him jobs and stuff like that. So you know, I mean, I don't have any criticism of Eddie Hearn. Is he cheating the fans out of great fights? Yeah, he's definitely doing that. And that I have serious criticism for that. But do I have criticism of somebody signing with Eddie Hearn because they want to make money and they want to have a little title? Yeah. And if you look at Tevin Farmer, I don't know how many of you guys know about Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer, before he signed with Eddie Hearn, he lost his last fight. He lost his last fight in a close fight. It was a bad moment for Tevin Farmer. His next fight, he's a champion. So you know, do you thank Eddie Hearn for that? Yeah. You gotta. I mean, we shouldn't on this. We shouldn't on Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is a highly intelligent guy. He knows how to play. He knows how to make money. We're gonna sell out Wembley Stadium. Putting off this fight between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua might be good for boxing, because now instead of a fight where he's gonna probably make 20-30 million, he might pull off a $56 million fight for each. So things are looking good. But keep putting pressure on Eddie Hearn. Yeah, you got to keep putting pressure on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's risky for him to put off this fight because you know any one of these guys is subject to lose, so anything can happen, and that's going to bring down the value tremendously as far as Wilder and AJ fighting. You know, either one of those guys were to lose or have a bad outing or anything. To me, I think it would have been best if they would have had that fight this year. You know, and you know, just continue from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are rolling the dice.
Yeah, I mean, that's a risky move, man. Mm-hmm. You know, you banking on having Anthony Joshua around and Deontay Wilder around for the next 2 years. I mean,
Deontay Wilder's 32, by the way.
Yeah, you don't know if you know, this next fight, either one of those guys could not be the same. So, or anything, the worst could happen, whatever. So, I don't know, man. It's risky, but hey, I guess that's why they got millions and I don't.
Well, let me say this. Nobody's gonna be surprised if Povetkin beats not Klitschko, Joshua. Now, I mean, nobody's gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe it's the greatest upset of all time. Nobody's gonna say that at all. Joshua has a lot of flaws. He has a weak chin, and he doesn't impose his will on fighters. And he can't put fighters away. He couldn't put Takam away. He couldn't put what's the guy he fought from New Zealand?
Parker.
Yeah, he couldn't put Parker. He couldn't put Parker away. These guys have come out of nowhere. He couldn't put these guys away. So, Povetkin is known for power, and he can be brutal in the ring. So it's gonna be I won't be surprised if Povetkin wins.
I mean, I'll be surprised, but I mean, he's supposed to win this fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AJ's supposed to win this fight. This is an older Povetkin. He's 39.
Yeah.
And you know, he's almost ready to be out of here, man. So you know, it's like I wouldn't be. I mean, Anthony Joshua is supposed to win this fight. That would surprise me if he was to lose. That to me, I mean, I would be like, oh, okay, shocker. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not like no Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas type shit.
No, it's not like that. But you know, yeah, because Anthony Joshua ain't nowhere near no Mike Tyson status. So yeah, of course not.
He think he is though.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sure in the UK that'll be like a fucking huge. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yeah. It'll be crazy.
And you know what I'm saying?
I actually want Povetkin to win. Shit, I'm going for Povetkin.
You know, and it's just
I wouldn't mind Povetkin winning that fight, man. I mean, I don't even care. To me, I don't even really care no more about seeing Anthony Joshua and Wilder right now, man. You know that
It's probably not gonna happen.
I think it lost its fuel, man. It lost its fire. I mean, I see less and less people talking about it. You know, I don't even. I mean, as far as them actually fighting, it's just everybody came to the realization that that's just probably not going to happen. So I just don't. I don't have no desire for it right now. You know, I have to be rebuilt back up to, you know, wanting to see it again. But I just that flame is burnt out for me, bro.
And the main reason why I wanted to see them fight because I wanted to see a unified champion.
Exactly. That's the whole point of, you know, I didn't.
Undisputed champion.
I did think that Joshua would give Deontay Wilder some problems at one point, but that was before I discovered Anthony Joshua's lack of confidence in himself. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he just it showed a whole lot, man, in his character by him, you know, not taking this fight and you know turning down that huge contract that was offered. That showed to me that this guy is not mentally there. He's not ready to take on a fight as big as Deontay Wilder. Because, I mean, for you to get into the ring with Wilder, you got to be ready. You got to be mentally there. You got to be, you know, you got to have your shit together, bro.
You need to have your defense
you
together.
can't just be a big, muscular looking motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That shit, they ain't going to get it. You know.
And you know the thing about Joshua? Joshua loves boxing, but he doesn't love to fight. He don't love to mix it up and get rugged and raw, which Deontay Wilder does. And like you said, Joshua is not mentally ready for that. Somebody get rugged and raw with him and come at him and want to fight him. Joshua loves to box. He loves to box, uses technique, his skill, his footwork, all the fundamentals, be a ring general, be in command and control. It's almost like a controlled situation for him, so he can look good. And as far as the history of boxing, you're not gonna be remembered well for being that. And he thinks he can just be the champion for 10 years and think he can just not fight the top competition and people gonna revere him, think he's the best thing ever. That it don't happen like that. And I always, when I think about Joshua, I always think about this. This was like nearly 40 years ago when Marvin Hagler went to the UK to fight Alan Minter. And I know a lot of y'all remember, I know CJ remember this, when Alan Minter was the middleweight champion of the world. He's told both Alan Minter and Marvin Hagler fought one common opponent. That was Vito Antuofermo. They both beat Antuofermo, but Hagler had trouble fighting Antuofermo. Minter knocked Antuofermo out, I think, in the 6th or 7th round. So everybody was saying, well, you know, Minter beat the hell out of Antuofermo, and Hagler didn't. And so Hagler is going to lose his fight based on that opponent. So when they fought, Alan Minter was told, he made this comment, he said this, no black man is ever going to take my title from me. He said that. And Hagler caught wind of it. They fought. Hagler destroyed Minter. He destroyed Minter in front of the fans in England. That weighs on fans, English fighters, English fans for years and years. And that brought a lot of flashbacks when Errol Spence wouldn't beat Kell Brook in Birmingham. So British fans have a bad taste in their mouth about Americans beating British fighters. That's why Joshua's kind of like, you know, I don't want to be another sandwich for an American fighter. I'd rather just fight my guys and not be another Alan Minter and not be another Kell Brook. So this is my psychoanalyzing Anthony Joshua. So Anthony Joshua's like, you know, I'd rather not fight him keep the titles, and be a hero to my British people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my. I might be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, but Marvin Hagler set the precedent because Marvin Hagler. Because if you remember, you can watch the fight on YouTube. Marvin Hagler, after he beat Alan Minter, the fans were so incensed they started throwing shit into the ring at Marvin Hagler, and Marvin Hagler had to be escorted by security out the ring. It was a disgraceful night for England fans. England fans will never forget it, and Alan Minter is forever going to be is forever disgraced in history in boxing history. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even get mentioned among great English fighters, even though he was the middleweight champion of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my analysis.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, man. But,
and everybody know who fuck Marvin Hagler was. So
right. Yeah. Well, with that said, I think I'm gonna close it on out, man. You got anything else you want to add?
no, I just see you next week.
For sure. Yeah, and a special shout out, Kelly Enigma. Forgot to mention your name too, brother. LDBC, everybody who's talking this sports talk, man. Salute to all y'all who's the ones who's bringing the facts. You know, salute to them. Some of y'all be on some weird shit, but yeah. Salute to y'all, man. You know, and till next time, man. It's your partner, Bayboy75 and the homie.
Now I'm with the great.
And we out.